Hi. In July 2012, we decided to head to Bali for 4 weeks, a trial run to see if we could live there long term as a family. Now, we'd been to Bali heaps of times for holidays, but this was different. This time there was, I don't know, maybe a weightiness to it because we were asking ourselves, what if this could actually become our life? And suddenly, all of a sudden, I started noticing everything that I would normally overlook while I was on holiday. The traffic, the rubbish, the tsunami evacuation signs. Head this direction in case of tsunami. And did somebody say something about a live volcano? Now, one morning, seriously, I woke up and I couldn't breathe. My chest was tight. My thoughts were spiraling. I tried to grab a hold of them, but they were running away with me. What are we doing? Seriously, Tracy, what are we thinking bringing our kids here? So I paced backwards and forwards in the living room of the villa that we were staying in with worship music in my ears, just trying to slow down that sense of panic. And eventually I sat outside, I poured my heart out in prayer, wrote it all down. Now that moment became a turning point for me because I was reconciling my present and very felt fear with a deeper calling to faith. And so here's what I want you to hear today. Your fear response is not a flaw. It's not a spiritual flaw. It's not a personality flaw. And it's not a sign of weakness. And it's definitely not proof that your faith is failing. What if, just what if, your nervous system was designed by God to respond to fear, not so that fear could lead your life, but so that faith could? Hi, I'm Tracy. I am one half of Coach Aligned. I'm a qualified counselor, coach, pastor, and yes, I'm a recovering control freak. Now, this space, Coach Aligned, is all about honest coaching conversations that help you live aligned with your deepest desires and God's divine purpose. And today, we're diving in really deep into what fear is really doing in your body and how Scripture reframes it and how to move forward, even when everything within inside you is saying, run, jump on a plane, exit. So let's have a little bit of a science meets your soul moment. Now, your body has a built-in operating system called the autonomic nervous system, and it runs your physical and emotional responses without you even realizing it. And there's two main branches. The first one is called your sympathetic nervous system. And this is like your alarm system. It kicks in when you feel threatened and activates your fight, flight, freeze, or fawn response. And the other branch is called your parasympathetic nervous system. This system brings your body back to calm, able to think, able to rest, able to digest and reset. When your brain, especially your amygdala, senses danger, even emotional stress can trigger it. It sounds the alarm and your body will react. Your heart rate will go up, it'll spike. You might become aware of your heart beating faster. Your chest starts to tighten like mine did in that villa bedroom in Bali. Muscles start to brace, you get ready. Your breath, maybe your breathing, you might find that your breathing becomes quite shallow, like the top half of your lungs, and your thoughts will start to narrow. And sometimes your thoughts become completely overwhelmed. Now, it's not a weakness. Like I said, it's not a personality flaw, it's not a spiritual flaw, and it's not a weakness. It's actually your body. It's the way God created you. And it's your body saying, you need to protect yourself. You are unsafe. So here's the twist. Research from the Harvard Medical School, it was a 2021 piece of research, shows that your brain reacts the same way to perceived threat, like rejection or public speaking, or, I don't know, extending yourself in a relationship. So it will react exactly the same to a perceived threat as it does to a physical threat. So if your body's freaking out in church, in a meeting, or in a moment of self-doubt, it makes sense. Your body is trying to keep you safe. And here's what I love about Scripture. It does not shame fear. It speaks into it. Think about it. Moses said, send somebody else, God, in Exodus 4:13. We all know the story of Esther. Often we go, if I perish, and we make it such a bold statement. But what if it was laced with fear? If I perish, I perish. In Esther 4:16, Peter steps out in faith and then sinks. Everyone else in the boat wasn't even game enough to step out in faith. And what does God do? He doesn't disqualify them or mock them. He meets them in their fear and invites them forward. Be strong and courageous, for the Lord your God goes with you, in Deuteronomy 31:6. When I am afraid, I will trust in you, Psalms 56:3. God has not given us a spirit of fear, but one of power, of love, and of a sound mind, Timothy 1:7. So here's the takeaway. Faith does not mean the absence of fear. It just means you've chosen a new leader. So, what to do when fear hijacks your nervous system? These are 3 tools based on both Scripture and nervous system regulation that hopefully will help you. They're backed by trauma-informed research, like research done by Bessel van der Kolk and Gabor Mate. So the first is the breath prayer. So this is about breathing, marrying breath work with prayer. Your breath is powerful. It calms your body and anchors your soul because it tells your body that you are safe. You're not shallow breathing, you're deep breathing. So I want you to try the breath prayer. It's really beautiful. So you inhale for 4 counts and then exhale for 6 counts. So the exhale is longer. And when you breathe in, either in your mind or you can declare it, when I'm afraid, I will trust in you. That's Psalm 56:3. But you can put any scripture. The Lord is with me. I am not afraid. So you can make this work for you. You can use your favorite scripture. So that's the breath prayer. And this simple prayer activates your vagus nerve, which calms your alarm system and resets your peace. Another thing that you can do is speak out scripture aloud. Fear can sometimes be a bit of a bully. It can be really loud in our mind and in our heart. But the truth declared, that's even louder. So you can say, the Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? According to neuroscience, speaking truth aloud rewires your brain's response patterns. So you're not just quoting a confession of faith, you're actually rewiring, retraining your mind, your brain's capacity to respond to moments of fear. Another thing that you can do is really ground your body and lift your eyes. So you stand up. This is about your psychology being affected by your physiology. Stand up, feet flat, shoulders back. I like to go outside either during the day and look at the sky, or at night look at the stars. Go outside and go, God is here. I'm safe. I'm not alone. And lifting your eyes activates a different part of your brain. It activates the visionary part of your brain. So lift your eyes. You can worship, you can walk, movement, get those big breaths happening. Let your body catch up with your quiet yes. So friend, hear me. Fear might still show up, and that's okay. Now you've got some tools. You've got 3 simple tools, and you have truth, and you have a God who walks with you through every trembling moment. So the next time your body says, oh, this is too much, I'm in over my head, I want to exit, I want to get on a plane and leave Bali, let your soul say, I know who holds me. I know who holds me. I know who holds my family. I know who holds this universe. Also, I wanted to give you something practical. So we did a thing. We created a free resource for women just like us, women who love Jesus, but are also learning how to listen to what their body's saying without shame. It's called Overcome Fear with Faith and Neuroscience. And it's a simple, easy little resource to read. It's packed with some really practical tools that are both biblically grounded and brain informed. You'll learn how fear shows up in your nervous system, how faith can help you regulate your body, and how simple practices like the breath prayer, like scripture meditation, like embodied worship can bring you back to peace, not just in theory, but in your lived experience. So if you're ready to move from spiraling to standing steady, this will be a great resource for you. You can download it for free using the link in our bio, or if you're subscribed through Coach Aligned, the link will be in your email. Also, hit subscribe here at YouTube and click the little bell so you don't miss next week's episode, because we're diving into how to discern God's voice when fear is loud. And why don't you drop a comment and give us some feedback? Maybe you might like to reflect on, what is your go-to fear response? Are you up for the fight, or do you freeze, or do you just want to get out of that room, out of that situation? Let's make space for real conversations and courageous growth. We were never meant to walk through fear alone, and now you don't have to. You've got some tools. So till next time, keep living aligned and keep living fully alive. See you in the next video.